Tuesday, June 11th. I am Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. Election data guru and founder of 538, Nate Silver, on Monday suggested that President Biden's latest disapproval ratings might be enough cause for the Democratic frontrunner to drop out of the 2024 presidential election. Silver posted on Monday, quote, "But Biden just hit a new all-time low in approval, 37.4% at 538 yesterday. Dropping out would be a big risk, but there's some threshold below which continuing to run is a bigger risk. Are we there yet? I don't know, but it's more than fair to ask." He went on to state that Democrats would have been given a fighting chance if the 46th president of the United States had eliminated himself from the upcoming election earlier. Senator John Fetterman hit the back of another car on the interstate over the weekend, causing the driver of the other car to be treated at a hospital for their injuries. The incident happened just before 8 a.m. on Sunday as the two were traveling in the area of I-70 and I-68 in Hancock, Maryland. Local media reports said that Fetterman was driving a Chevrolet Traverse and that he struck the back of a Chevrolet Impala. Fetterman and his wife Giselle Fetterman were both taken to a local hospital to be treated for their injuries. In other news, the Tennessee Star obtained 4 pages of the manifesto of the now deceased transgender mass shooter of Nashville's Covenant Christian School, the contents of which paint a disturbing picture of the distress caused by LGBT indoctrination. Audrey Hale began her shooting spree at around 10:13 a.m. on March 27, 2023, killing 3 9-year-old children and 3 adults. Then Hale was killed 14 minutes later by police. LGBT groups immediately called for the suppression of the shooter's manifesto, obviously fearing that it would reveal another act of transgender terrorism. Law enforcement announced their decision to keep the manifesto secret, and the mainstream media agreed despite the obvious public interest in the contents of the manifesto. Indeed, the press openly attempted to present the mass shooting as a case of a persecuted LGBT person being pushed too far by a Christian community. At Turning Point USA's Young Women's Leadership Summit, Candace claimed that feminism is, quote, about disturbing healthy relations between the sexes. Actually, she said, what feminism is, it's about disturbing healthy relations. And I actually saw now, if you really understand feminism and you start to follow it and you start to get deep into the history of feminism, it is actually a precursor to transgenderism, right? She said, it's telling women to act like men, right? So feminism really did have to come first, she said. And in other news, Candace announced yesterday that she is back on her YouTube channel, and she thanked all of her supporters for their loyalty these last few difficult months for her, and she also gave glory to God. And those are your good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.